Living an edited version of myself kept me from realizing my true potential. Going through this phase of my life and looking back at what I learned from my mother, even with just thinking about how it is for wives in general in society, we all know that women are groomed to distrust others' motives and to envy others, and oftentimes pitted against each other. And I have to be honest, we're being vulnerable. I used to be one of those individuals. I probably started the club. But if we're going to be authentic and real, I have to start with saying that this is a moment, an opportunity that I decided I was no longer going to sit back and be closed-lipped about what's really happening and where the need is. I've talked to hundreds of wives who share the same common denominator, and that is feeling isolated. I didn't share my story, although I've had this vision for over 5 years. But because of fear, I kept it inside. Because I didn't want to be judged, I didn't want my husband to be judged. I decided to live with it a little bit longer until it became too heavy for me to continue to carry. And having that feeling that something was always missing, I knew that it was time for me to unload that burden and step forward and be the person, the woman that I'm meant to be, and to be a voice, the voice that my mother couldn't be for herself, but to be that voice for other wives who find themselves in the same challenges. It's important to realize that we need each other. It's important to realize that we're not alone. You're not alone. There are so many other wives who have so much that they keep bottled up inside, but there's no outlet. So if there's nothing else that I share or offer to you, it's the encouragement to empower you to be your authentic self. That's where it starts. It's where it all starts. Be who you are meant to be. And as I'm sitting here reflecting, there were so many other things that I thought I was going to say, I wanted to say, even jotted my notes, but that's not where my heart is. I am authentic in everything that I do, and it requires me being vulnerable, even in this moment. It's uncomfortable, but you got to start somewhere, and I choose to let that be now. So for every woman, wife who's listening, there is an outlet. There are spaces, safe spaces, where you can just be yourself and come together, a space where you're going to get that hard-hitting advice from other wives who've had the same or similar struggles, in a setting where you can just be that young girl again. No worries, no cares. I think it's important that we stay focused and get back to what reality should be, not what it necessarily is, not what society say it should be. What is it? And that is that we're wives, we're women who need to share about ourselves. That's where we get joy. And connecting with others, building those firm foundations, those unbreakable friendships. It's where we need to be. It's where I want to get us back to.